No, PS4.
Oh no, yeah, you're right. You're right. I was thinking of. Never mind. I was thinking of something different.
Yeah.
Alright, machine says we're good. Give it a couple to figure out. Okay, no, actually it's up and running. It's good. Okay.
Nope, we're on? Okay.
Cool. Works for me. Alright.
It's not cool, it's coral.
It's open.
Ugh.
As good as an invite.
Then let's take it.
Let's
Coral.
Aren't we eager?
Feel free to hate me, I already
Those
hate
guys your
myself.
friends or something?
You appeared to be on good terms.
Who?
Man.
Pronto
How far
with
does
his
this
10,000
go?
health.
I want to make sure he doesn't die.
Never. Who left the lights on? Maybe the owners.
What if there's a hit that he takes that does exactly 9999 damage? You're just like, man, that one extra hit point would have been useful.
And you know what? At that point, I'll just give up.
Just a load of nothing.
Alright, so I don't officially remember how big this dungeon is.
Fucking huge.
Say your prayers.
I'm vaguely starting to get inklings back of this run.
I could use the ring.
Right.
Actually, yeah, can't you just pop them?
Yeah.
You're weak enough.
Yeah, they are. But Warp Strike
What's
gives
with
me
the
AP.
after images?
What do you mean the after images? From Noctis?
Yeah.
There's always after images. When he dodges, when he warp strikes.
Yeah, but I don't remember them lasting that long.
Oh yeah. Yeah, they're there for probably a good 5 seconds.
This place has seen better days.
So basically, it could fall on our heads without warning.
You know, I like using the dual daggers because it's the motions for them are just really cool.
Yeah. One thing I like about the combat system is that while it's simple, it also presents a little bit of challenge. Like, it's simple in that you can just hold down circle and use the analog stick to sort of point where you're going.
Nothing to it.
And where you're dodging.
Yeah.
God, that looked really cool, slurping the skeletons like that.
Yeah.
Because it was like they're getting pulled apart piece by piece on their way into the ether.
Yeah, it was kind of gross.
Here underwater? Whoa.
Oh yeah, I forgot about the water.
Hell is this place?
Did you have a bone to pick with them?
Is that what we're doing? Is that what we're doing?
I
Dad?
mean, don't thank me for that one. Thank Chivalry for that.
Make combat a little bit more interesting than just the ring the entire time.
Honestly, the fucking Flan are the first thing I'd use the ring on.
They probably will get the most treatment of the ring, most likely, just because they're pretty much a pain in the ass to everything.
They're the worst enemy.
Yeah.
Did you see this?
The only thing they're like not resistant to is the Armiger and magic.
It depends on which flawn it is though, because like some you can hit with a specific type of blade and it won't be nullified to it. It'll just do normal damage. Really, nothing's gonna do critical damage.
Demons, till death do us part.
Practicing your vows.
The army swore their oaths a long time ago.
What does the Empire seek here?
Specimens. And we're stuck harvesting them.
Specimens?
Demons.
Appreciate the comment. Yeah, I'll definitely take a look into it for sure.
So what's all this about the army and demons?
What do you think it is?
Nice.
That's
I
a
love
swell
guessing
offer.
games.
Huh, that's a lot. Time for the old goodbye track.
Oh, well, I get all in.
Onward.
Right.
No joke, still love the boy band pose.
Yeah.
Turns out the Empire.
He's doing the old butt bye-bye.
Weapons?
Yeah.
The Stalin version.
Share by now. Something not quite right with the Empire lately.
It's not just lately.
You know I want to see a a source
Maybe it's time
filmmaker
I left.
version of that.
Really? What would you do?
We'll like knock
If
this
you
Gladio
left
and Prompto and
Whatever I
Arnea.
want. I was a mercenary once. Maybe I'll round up my men and hunt demons for cash.
Well, it's the four of them, and then like you see Arnea pop in from off frame, grab Prompto by the collar, and drag him away. Shawn.
I don't like being surrounded.
Mind if I finish this one off?
Like honestly, I thought
Bloody her own hands.
I
for
thought
that.
with the name Flan, it's like, okay, well, it's probably just a coincidence. It's probably no reference to the dessert. And
No,
then there's
it is.
What
fucking
about the Empire?
creme
Strikes
brulee.
you as not quite
And I'm
Yeah.
just like,
The
okay, you
Emperor
know what?
and new High Commander,
Fine.
for starters.
I've lost this
Then
round.
there's that charmer and chancellor. I really can't stand that guy.
Can confirm. It is a great idea to equip the accessory
Is it safe?
that halts movement of your,
What? Did
halts
something
the
collapse?
increase of the tech tree, but speeds up the increase of the armiger.
Fuck, I forgot about that.
Because I used that was the thing that sped up my Jit Adamantoise fight.
Oh really? Because I thought it was the ring that sped up your Adamantoise fight.
Okay, well I did it legit the first time.
I like using the tech tree though.
I mean, when you can spam the armiger basically every 30 seconds, it's a
Yeah.
huge deal.
Smell what? Treasure.
And what is that under?
Knows nothing,
Because
dude.
it's an accessory.
Let's not forget our
What is the accessory? Because I may or may not have sold it.
I don't know. I doubt you would have sold it because it's a very unique thing. I don't remember the name of it. I just know that the effect on it is halts, something like halts progress of the tech bar, while increasing the armiger recharge rate.
Okay.
And I find a great amount of use for it because honestly, my goal is make sure that I can handle all the enemies alone because I can never trust those three.
Yeah. Whew. Just losing one Magitech suit. Whew. That's rough. As far as my numbers are concerned.
I mean, you have the ring, you'll survive. Isn't there like an advanced Magitech suit that's super hard to farm for?
Mm-hmm. That's where I got these from, was trying to farm for it. It takes a while. Yeah. But now that I know that the ring works, farming for it would be a lot easier.
Yeah, what did you have to kill? Wasn't it a specific, like, super mech?
So, over in the desert area by Hammerhead,
Yeah.
I don't remember if time of day mattered. But basically, you would wait for the army to be dropped off, and there would be a small chance that it would be a mech. And there'd be an even smaller chance that it's a specific high-level mech. And then from
a
that
smaller
small
on
chance,
top of that.
so you're guaranteed. I think its most common drop is the normal Magitech suit, but in the small chance that that specific mech drops, there is a smaller chance that it will drop a Magitech V2 suit. And oh my god, OP as fuck.
I mean, let's be honest. Nothing beats the ring as far as OP goes. Nothing can one-shot kill Adamantoise or the
True.
Bandersnatch
I will say,
or
if you,
literally any of the other bosses.
from my real build that I use,
Yeah.
there's a way to get 3 accessory slots.
Yeah.
3
Armored
Magitech
Accelerator. is the
Armored
name of it.
Accelerator. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, right there. freezes the tech bar. That's fine. We'll see what happens.
Why would you equip an experience band? The one that makes it to where you don't earn XP. What would be the point?
Level 1 runs, because people are fucking stupid.
I can't believe people that do that in Dark Souls games. I mean, points to them if that's something they're interested in doing.
Saw that
I
coming.
still find it stupid that I outlevel you because of the exploit.
I wasn't even standing on the bridge.
Right on cue.
Gotcha. And it's got friends.
It has friends? Where? I don't even see where it is anymore. Huh. Weird. I could have sworn there was an Iron Giant.
Indeed. Right.
Oh, well.
Oh, he pops too? Awesome.
Mm-hmm. Red Giants do not pop. Iron Giants go bye-bye.
The Red Giants just go on a diet.
Yeah.
A very strict diet.
Stairs. I got a bad feeling about this. Stairs, they go on. Forever they go on.
Huh? I've never heard Noctis or Prompto sing.
He's gone.
Shit, now I don't remember what I was ranting on about.
Prompto Worth the Stairs song.
Before that. Before I was attacked by the Iron Giant.
The thing that you use in your real build.
Oh, yeah. He'll have 3 accessory slots. All 3 are Magitech V2 suits. And,
Oh, that's like perfect scenario for you.
yeah. They're pretty much perfect scenario for anybody because the amount of, they bolster almost every set. But, yeah, Adamantoise can be defeated in a minute and a half, I believe.
And legit, that's scary.
Yeah.
Right.
So what are they using as far as like weapons and stuff go? Is it like Axe the Conqueror, Sword of the Father, stuff like that?
Yeah, so they have those for the stats, but then they've got, Ulfric's Kukris and the Zwill Crossblades as their main weapons.
Okay.
Which honestly aren't that difficult to obtain. Especially now that the ring works. Go fuck yourself, by the way.
Yeah. Hey, you're welcome. I am a scientist.
Experimenting is the game. I don't remember this dungeon. I don't remember the path. I don't remember all its secrets. Get that check.
Wait, was there English in that?
It's a
Kinda.
crossroads.
Whichever way leads to the treasure. If only we knew that.
If only. If
So I
only
saw a really
I
funny.
could
That accent reminded me for a second. I saw a very funny post earlier. It's like, Bear Grylls takes Gordon Ramsay to Antarctica. It's like, Gordon, welcome to Antarctica. It's like, is it frozen? It's like, well, yeah. Fucking hell.
Right.
Yeah, that's basically what my morning consisted of until I went out, was just like a couple of Gordon Ramsay videos, I don't know, music in a bath, just couching out. Because I didn't really have the effort, like I didn't really have the willingness to get up and do anything. I will say actually getting out and walking a little bit really helped with untensing my legs from a couple days ago.
Yeah.
Which I think that's funny. It's completely counterintuitive. It's like, walk to take the pain of walking away. But I've progressed to where laying down doesn't hurt anymore, so that's something better than what I was getting.
That's a thing.
Yep. If anything, it's sad considering how good I once was at running.
You don't say. Yeah, right on. Couldn't have said it better myself.
Not too
But
shabby.
that was long ago.
I'm not really too
Your
concerned
team is
about
so
Sue.
lucky you have that ring.
Right. I will say my biggest things that I had issues with are no longer an issue.
What, namely bosses? And Flan?
Bosses, Ronin, not necromancers, but the soul casters. Those cunts.
Oh, yeah. So, I still don't know what... Like, I never had the same issue that you did with Ronin.
They're so
I always get caught by their stupid insta-kill move, and it's annoying, especially when there's really high-level ones. Like, the specifically named ones.
Yeah. Well, the thing with that is, if you're running, what is it, the Black Hood that does the auto-dodge,
Yeah. Well,
it
see,
also does auto-parry.
Yeah, see, at the time, I didn't have the luxury of that stuff.
Fair. That's a mighty nice board you got there.
It is quite a nice board.
I can't remember, was Quetzalcoatl Aztec or a Mayan god?
I think it was an Aztec god.
I feel like you're right.
Doesn't matter, because now it's in the Shadow Realm.
We're alive! Let's celebrate by eating something dead.
That concludes our business here.
Say, Commodore,
Aranea,
you said the Empire uses
Aztec.
demons to make weapons?
listen. You've seen Magitech troopers, right?
MTs.
They're born from demons in a lab.
Born from demons.
Darkness is coming. If I were you, I'd watch my princely ass.
You know, your useless fun fact of the
I
day,
do.
what I just happen to know, is there's a creature, a little lizard with some weird, I guess, frills near its head, native to Mexico, called the axolotl.
Alright.
And that's a reference in name to the to Xolotl, which was a sibling of Quetzalcoatl.
Congrats. That concludes your training. You've still got a
And
hard
that
path
concludes
ahead,
Fun Facts with Team Shawn.
but don't let anyone tell you how to walk it.
The more you know.
may have been hired under false pretenses, but your assistance was invaluable all the same.
Tell me something I don't know. You can spare the pleasantries.
Take care walking your path, Aranea.
Oh, right. Thanks. I will.
I really liked the
And
little
I'll train you
character
some more if our
arc-esque
paths
thing
cross
that they
again.
gave her in
And before I
Prompto's
forget,
episode,
His Excellency instructed me to give you boys a ride back. If you need a lift,
where she
feel
wasn't
free to
just
hop
like
on.
the super
Well, glad that's over
gonna
with.
kill all the things person.
Just
And
where to return to Lestalum. Her friend works as an engineer at the palace.
And
I
that'll
liked
take
seeing
care
the
of our
exploit
boat
that
problem.
people did to where she stayed on
Once
your,
you're
like she
rested
stayed
and
with your
ready, I
team
suggest we
permanently.
hasten back to Lestalum.
So she's just chilling out
Make
while you're
sure
pushing the
you're
car in
prepared.
New Game Plus.
Shame to say goodbye to such a nice fishing spot.
I've tried to
Wanna see
replicate
what's
the
biting?
RNA as a permanent member of your party glitch. It just never worked. And then, like, 3 days after trying, fucking, they patched it. It's like, oh, great.
You're headed to Lestalum, right? I'll take
Got
it.
it.
So,
You bet.
I get a kick out of the call-outs in every Final Fantasy game.
A red
To
ship.
something that happened in a previous Final Fantasy game.
Mm-hmm.
Or just like recurring names of things. Like RNA's last name, Highwind. Highwind being an airship in...
7?
Yeah, I think it was 7. Was it also in 10?
I think that was the call out. I think they all had the same call out. That's a big cack. Good tris.
Okay, Highwind is a recurring term. So it started in 2. Ricard Highwind. The Last of the Dice Dragoons. Final Fantasy IV was Kane Highwind,
Oh,
Dragoon of Baron.
I want to really change my name. 5 was Kane Highwind, Dragoon of Baron. 6 was Kane Highwind, Dragoon of Baron. 7 was Highwind, Dragoon of Baron. 8 was Kane Highwind, Dragoon of Baron. 9 was Highwind, Dragoon of Baron. 10 was Highwind, Dragoon of Baron. 11 was Highwind, Dragoon of Baron. 12 was Highwind, Dragoon of Baron. 13 was Highwind, Dragoon of Baron. 14 was Highwind, Dragoon of Baron. 15 was Highwind, Dragoon of Baron. 16 was Highwind, Dragoon of Baron. 17 was Highwind, Dragoon of Baron. 18 was Highwind, Dragoon of Baron. 19 was Highwind, Dragoon of Baron. 20 was Highwind, Dragoon of Baron. 21 was Highwind, Dragoon of Baron. 22 was Highwind, Dragoon of
Do what?
Comments.
Oh. Oh, that's Nelson.
Yeah.
Comment. Okay. Final Fantasy V was Alexander Highwind Tycoon.
Highwind Tycoon.
7 was
When's
Sid.
that game out?
Okay, 7 was Sid. His last name was Highwind, and his airship is also the Highwind.
Oh, okay.
And Christ, his strongest limit break is called Highwind, and the manual to learn it is called Highwind.
Really driving it in there, aren't they?
Yep. 11. Highwind is the name of an NPC.
Oh, okay.
13. Fang's full ATB skill is called Highwind.
Oh.
Lightning returns. There's a head accessory named the Highwind Charm. 14. There's an organization called Highwind Skyways. 15 is RNA's last name. Yeah, they like Highwind.
I wonder. That'd be something interesting to research. Is what is the most like, not reused, but like, kind of Easter eggish call out from game to game,
Yep.
like Sid and Highwind.
Well, okay, it'll be Sid. It has to be Sid because.
But there's not multiple Sids in a game. I mean, shit, you said.
Okay, you mean within an individual game?
Well, no. I mean, as a whole.
Of course.
We got this.
But I mean, like Highwind.
will-
Highwind appears multiple times in one game for different things. So
Yeah,
I think
but it
that
doesn't appear in a certain set of games. Like it's not in 1, 3, 6, 8, 9, 10. Unless I said that. But yeah, I would say it's probably Sid.
Loving that outfit, Noct.
Why don't you wear one? Well, that's the only one. And if anyone stands a fighting
Just
chance in there, it's
1,
you.
2,
Forget
3,
about
4.
fashion and go.
Are these DLCs for 4 or like just side whatever? 4 interlude and 4 the after years are also 2 different Sids. 5,
Just wanted to thank
6,
you for offering to clear out those demons.
7,
That'll give me time to treat this mithril for you. There's a hunter who went in right ahead of you.
8, 9, 10,
I imagine there are too many for one to handle.
10, 2,
But
okay,
two of
same
them
as
should
10.
be fine.
11, 12, 13, 14.
And a little heads up. We're getting some unstable readings from the generators
15.
inside. Too much
Tactics,
power and the
Tactics
whole
Advanced,
place could
Tactics
blow.
8,
So
2,
be
Tactics
quick.
0,
So,
Crystal
back.
Chronicles.
I thought we were partners.
Anyway, place is crawling with demons.
Mystic Quest, 4 Heroes
So
of Light.
familiar.
Yeah, I would
Save the
say,
talk. We got hunting to do. Now, if we're done with the
I would say it probably goes
follow
to
me.
Sid.
Yeah.
He's referenced in literally everything.
He's even in Kingdom Hearts.
Is he?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's basically the shipwright for Kingdom Hearts.
Oh yeah.
I still find it weird that, like, Final Fantasy 15 Sid, as old as he is,
Pretty fancy moves you've got
fought
there.
with, fought beside Core and Regis.
Fancy that. Not too shabby yourself. You make a good sparring partner.
You think so?
Red alert, you two. We're detecting a major power surge. She's gonna blow. Abort the mission and get out of there.
I ain't one to leave unfinished business.
Totally Not Gladio is not getting a single kill.
I got this.
How about you prove it?
Go bad.
Damn, he got one.
Total not
I
glad.
failed my mission.
Okay.
Got all of them?
Think so.
Nice job. It didn't disappoint.
What's
When
your
have I
mission?
ever?
Steal all the gold, or steal all the kills?
Keep it up.
Will do. Now, let's scram.
What was that?
What was the goal? Steal all the kills?
Yeah.
Okay.
He got one. So Mission failed. We'll get him next time. Since when does Gladio's survival skill even kick in?
Great work in there. As promised, here's your mithril. And, thank you for your hard work.
Sure.
Hey, big guy!
So the hunter who went on ahead...
You know, I'm interested to see if,
Hey, big fellas.
I wonder if after all of the Final Fantasy 15 stuff is done, will they release like a short or say like a little
Anyway, I'm back. And better than ever.
detailing what happened to the other main characters after the events of the final part of the story.
Gladdy?
Yeah.
I can't believe it.
Hey. Thanks for looking
Because I
after
recall
her,
Prompto
Dustin.
saying after the
So,
adventure was over, he was going to
Gladdy,
propose to
did
Cindy.
you apologize to Noct for storming off like that?
He made it up to me.
I do indeed recall that.
The power plant.
Wait, flashback from
So you got your
MW2.
hands on some
What did I miss?
In that case, I'll go deliver
I said
it
mission
sick.
failed.
You'll
We'll get him
probably
next
wanna
time.
freshen up first anyway.
We'll get him next time.
Come and meet me in
Switch to
Claire.
your other weapon, it's faster than reloading.
But what if my other weapon doesn't have any ammo?
I'm glad you're safe and well.
Yeah, hit him with your knife.
In the eye.
Soap. What kind of a name is Soap?
Soap McTavish. Dun, 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 dun. I really wish you could sprint and list all them.
Anything happen while I was gone?
Yeah, the car got roomier.
Smart ass.
The car got roomier.
Hey, do you think we could swing by the cup noodle shop for a second?
Yes,
Cup noodles
my
are
favorite
good,
mission.
but I think you might like them a little too much, big guy.
There's nothing else like them. They're easy to make whenever you've got a craving, and they're delicious to boot. I'll never forget my first time.
Must have been real eye-opening after all the fine dining you did before that.
The cup noodle.
Something dawned on me when I was on my own. Any food you make tastes better when you use good ingredients, right? Then, if you take something already delicious like cup noodles and add in the finest, freshest ingredients, what do you get? The ultimate flavor experience. So I ask you, Noct, what's your favorite ingredient?
Calamity, what's going on?
A lot of places will serve you a hard-boiled egg with your noodles. But when it comes to cup noodles, I say if your egg ain't scrambled, you're doing it wrong. It's a subtle difference most people...
Yeah, sorry about the severe delay. We've been,
Get it. All that's left is
We've been
little
kind
bit
of
taken with
overtaken.
Destiny 2.
Yeah.
First up, the ingredients.
Yeah,
We've been taken by the taken.
But yeah, like I put in the description of the last video, we fully intend on getting back to a regular schedule.
Let's be honest, our schedule wasn't regular beforehand.
Yeah, we were more frequent than the last 3 weeks.
Yeah. Honestly, it's been a month.
Yeah, we did a couple streams here and there, but
Yeah.
yeah,
Well, hang on. Because the game came out, what, the 7th?
6.
Sure. One of those.
Yeah,
In that time, we have...
mostly Destiny 2
Actually,
content.
no, we didn't do bad. Hang on. So,
yeah.
Got out while you could, huh?
okay, temporarily at capacity.
Stuff's going on down there.
That was the first stream.
You need
Yep.
gas? 'Cause I need
So since
people.
then, we have
What do
done
you
a
say?
whapping,
The job's yours.
oh,
If
you
you're
know,
willing and able.
between that
That
and now,
depends.
13.
What's the job?
The
Mostly
easy
Destiny 2
kind.
stuff, yeah.
Just need a couple of photos.
Got a couple good
Yeah.
videos out of it.
One from the south, one from the north.
I suppose we can manage
One
that.
that took a little less effort,
Yeah,
one that took a
that's
little bit
great,
more
kid.
effort.
Music to my ears, let me tell you.
Both
Now,
very
you're gonna
entertaining,
need a
very
camera,
short.
so
Would
what I
recommend to see.
suggest-
We've already got one.
Came prepared, huh? Guess you're ready to roll. Come back as soon as you get the shots. I'll be right here waiting to see what
I will
you
say
do.
both videos came out really good. I still think the Raid Till Your Insanity is Lost is probably the better of the two.
Had a little bit more personal zazz to it.
Maybe we
It was short, sweet, to the point, and it.
How so? Something
Granted,
suspect.
the more work went into Forget All the
Guess we'll
Marbles.
find out.
Yeah.
I was really digging how impromptu the
Remember how I picked
or
Yes.
impromptu.
Yeah. The Raid Tell Your Insanity is Lost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so.
Both had love into them.
this is for you.
What is it?
Oh, I love this. I love that Iris is like giving you this mogul
A lucky charm.
uh,
Called a Moogle.
as like a present to you,
This one's gonna
and
look
then its
like
entire
all
use is throwing it at enemies to
Choose a
for them to
I'll take
destroy
care
it.
of you. And if he gets roughed up, I'll take care of him. I'll be in Kayam. Later.
I think it's funny. Not once have I ever like strategically used this thing. I tried to use it against a behemoth once and it didn't work.
I bet it didn't.
Here, squeaky toy.
So she's Gladio's sister, is that correct?
She is Gladio's sister, but Noctis's childhood friend.
Okay.
Because before Gladio was even with Noctis, while he was training to be the Shield of the King, she was hanging out with
She's a little
Noctis.
Certainly doesn't fit the Imperial Army profile.
So they grew up as childhood friends. If you watch the animated short, well, not really short, but the mini series.
Yeah,
Oh,
Brotherhood.
my
Yeah, I
regalia.
watched it.
My regalia is destroyed. It's not pretty and gigantic anymore. I need to fix that.
What was it? You're going to get to try out the new content.
Which new content?
The,
Oh, the bonus chapter 12 stuff?
yeah, the scene between Luna Freya and Gentiana.
Is that an actual thing, or is it just a cutscene
Yeah.
that they added?
Okay, I don't know how much. I haven't looked into it because I wanted to either try it for myself or I wanted to see it.
Okay. Is it already out and updated, or
Yes. Yeah, it.
is it
Maybe
something?
2 weeks ago.
Is it something that needs to be
Do we-
procced, like chapter 13.2, where you have to go into the menu and play it separately?
I
'Cause I
don't
mean-
know.
Okay, I'll have to look at it.
But, yeah, just this couple of screenshots that I saw of it look incredible. What it is it's basically explaining the events that led to the War of the Astrals.
Okay, cool. Yeah, will you look up how to trigger that? Because if I can trigger it in game, I mean,
Yeah.
I'll trigger it no matter how I have to. But if I don't have to jump into the menu, the better. But I know for 13.2 I'll have to. So. Sid's old bastard ass ain't here. Now there's Cindy, what the hell?
Oh, okay.
Well, this is a problem.
So, yeah, it looks like it's just triggered via
Go check it out.
playing through
What is it?
Chapter 12.
Okay, cool. Well, shit. Sid and Cindy are not at the shop.
Then lose the jacket.
That causes problems. Oh, there she is. Took her a minute to register in.
Question of the day, why haven't we killed Loki yet?
You know, I always just assumed that he died in a mech explosion.
She's a right mess.
It's easier that way.
Well, just
More
leave her to
hopeful than
me.
anything.
Y'all just leave her to me. And this goes there. There. Good as new.
Alright.
If
Now,
y'all hadn't agreed to help, I reckon I would have
now
had
that my
to
car
ask
is
the
all nice and
hunters to
pretty,
lend a hand.
to make my car big.
I'll get right on it. Have fun out there. Let the wild ride begin.
The fastest car modification ever. Oh, hello, sweet car. You beautiful, beautiful bastard.
No roads, no rules.
And no one to hold us back.
Alright. Let's see, what's on the track for today?
Yes.
How about... Final Fantasy IX.
There you go.
Alright, alright. Yeah. It feels so good to be back. Streaming, enjoying myself,
Supposed to do this?
not being stressed out about the raid. You know, all good stuff. Hopefully everybody watching or watching in the future is having a good day.
I know I have been so far. So it sounds like in about 2.5 weeks they're going to be doing a seafood festival here. They do
Oh, yeah?
every year. Actually, this might only be the second or third year of it. I know they had something similar, but I think that happens in June. But this one, it's like $5 admission,
It's not bad.
and you can sample all these different restaurants and people's seafood.
Sounds like a good way for a stomach ache.
Not for me, dude.
I just
gain an
meant from
extra
eating all that
stomachs when
fish.
seafood's involved.
I'm very particular when it comes to seafood. Like, I'm either in the mood or I'm not.
I'm never not in the mood for seafood. That just comes back to my thing with water.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of, I don't know if this has been discussed before, but it's sort of an oxymoron. You know how people always, like, when people are talking about ways to go, the argument's always what's worse, drowning or burning.
Mm-hmm.
I'm one of the people that's in the drowning camp.
Yeah, I'd say drowning's worse.
I hate being underwater. I hate movies where people are trapped underwater.
It's a very claustrophobic feeling.
Yeah, and I never dealt well with tight spaces for the most part anyway. If I can see, that's one thing. If it's dark, no. And water's dark.
Yeah,
Mostly.
like, I've discussed it when we were playing Destiny 2, in that mission where you can see the sea monster.
Yeah.
It's very unsettling. Like, the ocean depth terrifies me.
Yeah. I had this back when VHS was a thing. Brace yourselves, kids. We had this video that showed some early 2000s discoveries that were just coming to light. And there's a fucking octopus down there where instead of suction cups, you know what it has?
Spikes.
Big freaking spikes.
Yep.
And if it gets threatened, it wraps itself up in its...
And stabs the
it's
fuck
like-
and rips you. Yeah.
Yeah. Granted, it's so far down, you can't get there without a damn submersible.
Yeah.
But even still, the fact that that exists, the ocean's full of some creepy stuff. Jellyfish alone are weird. Because, you know
They're
how
very...
people say jellyfish don't have brains, they literally just move around and eat. And
Yeah.
they eat because that's what they do. Not because they think about it, but they did a test. Box jellyfish actually have eyes.
Ugh.
And they're very small, they're very primitive in nature, at least at first glance they are, because they look pretty rudimentary, but when you take a close look, they have a cornea, they have a lot of elements of a normal, like say a mammal eye.
How would you even be able to see that
And-
far down in the depths?
Well, box jellyfish actually exist at surface levels. They're the ones that can pull off a 60-second kill on somebody. The ones that kill people, so not frequently, but frequently enough in, say, like Australia.
Yeah.
And they've been being found over here. They've started being found over here. Yeah, that's my biggest fear, is that Australia's shitty animal population will find its way this way.
The war of the emu is coming.
Oh god. You know what? If we got rendered extinct by an army of emu, then you know what? I could take that. That's just crazy enough to accept. But yeah, having gotten stung by a jellyfish, a fairly large one across the fronts of my legs, that really set me off about the water. I don't like swimming in water that I can't see the bottom in.
You want to know
And
something funny?
God,
This Final Fantasy 15 has less deadly creatures than Australia.
is that an actual?
Mm-hmm.
I believe it.
There's more deadly life in Australia than there is hostile life in Final Fantasy 15's open
In a game
area.
that's entirely based around fantastical combat.
You know, not including the gods or adamantoids or anything like that. Hostile creatures. There are more hostile
Yeah.
creatures in Australia than there are in Final Fantasy 15. And I think it's great. Because it's just another reason not to live in Australia, because it's a nightmare world.
Yeah. I got spiders big as a fucking, like,
That attack birds.
yeah. Well, I mean, they got those in South America, but you got, what's the large spider that, I think it stands like a foot tall when it's up on its legs?
God.
I don't think
don't-
it's super poisonous or anything.
I don't fucking
But-
care. It's getting
No,
a
dude, you hit
flamethrower.
that shit with a flame. Yeah, exactly. Glad we were on the same page. Hey, can you launch off this bridge into the water?
I think the game said no.
The game says no.
Huh. That's interesting.
Whoa. Where do
Oh,
you think you're going?
game still says no.
But,
It was worth a shot.
see, scientists, we have to test these things.
Because, god damn it, when you have a car that can jump, first thing you do is see how far off a bridge you can go.
If the answer is yes, well done, you're doing it right. But yeah, back to what I was saying. The water thing sort of has me on edge. But I absolutely love swimming. If given the option, I'd swim every day. When I was in Tennessee back in June, the friend who I was staying with most of my trip up there, they had a pool. And I was out in the pool swimming at, like, basically every day I was there.
Everybody out.
Nope. I didn't want everybody out of the damn car, Noctis.
It's like, why are you doing this? Why?
Whatever.
But But yeah, I've always been a strong swimmer. I've always loved seafood.
Yeah.
Up until some of the stuff that went down, and I started thinking about it, and I started seeing some of the stuff that was in the ocean. I liked swimming at the beach, and I just can't do that anymore. I mean, I think it was 2 years ago. It was 2015. Yeah, so 2 years. There was that massive rash of shark attacks over here in North Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
And that was like, alright, yeah, I can't trust the water there.
I'm not much of a beach ocean swimmer. I'm a lake and river guy. And because I've had too many people I know, or people I know have people they know, pass from drowning in rivers, I'm very reluctant to go swimming in rivers.
Yeah.
Just because of how uncertain, survivability in a river is. But lakes, I have no issue swimming in a lake.
Unless it's a river that's like the river right up the street from where I lived in Tennessee.
Mm-hmm.
Almost anywhere you were on it for like a 2.5, 3 mile stretch was in the very center of the river. It was about 5 feet deep. No, sorry, that's wrong. It was probably around 6 feet deep.
Okay.
The water was calm. There were virtually no rapids of any sort. You get the occasional boulder area, but even then, it stuck out of the water, you knew exactly where it was.
Right.
There was nothing to get caught on. There was nothing that would really pull you down. No white water. There was a little, like, semi-dam. I don't really know how to describe it besides, like, it was just a wall that they put up, and it lets the water go over at a meager pace as a transitional.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, people jump off of that regularly, but it's like a 12, 13 foot drop, and they've actually dug out directly below it because so many people were jumping off of it and getting hurt. They just dug out, I think, 15 feet straight down.
Even Marshall came to say goodbye. I guess
But
goodbye for now.
it's not as dumb as the people over here. There's a bridge. The bridge to...
Something I gotta get off my chest.
Are you in that conversation? There's a little peninsula that has like concerts and shows and stuff on occasion.
Mm-hmm.
And the bridge to get to it is very short, like a couple 200 feet,
Yeah.
250 feet. But it's a mildly arched bridge, and people go to the top of it and jump off into the water. Where they climb the ladder to get out of the water, right next to the pier with all the boats, it says, warning, and I'm paraphrasing, but this is the majority of it, warning, this water may be contaminated with human and or animal waste. Swimming in this water is ill-advised due to the higher risk of illness. Damned if the entire summer there aren't tens or hundreds of people jumping off of this freaking bridge.
There's a reason aliens don't talk to us.
Well, the thing is, there was a kid that actually, like, stuff gets dropped down there. There was a kid that apparently got harpooned on a fucking bicycle handlebar a few years back. He lived, but, yes, it's just the silliest thing. And there's jellyfish that come into that area. It's right next to the marshland, so alligators are present. It's like, you know what? Let natural selection do what it's gonna do.
Yeah. Yeah, I was telling you about that video. I saw the kid jump off and hit his head on one of the concrete bridge pillars.
You can never have too many tools.
There was, because it said, do not dive.
Yeah.
Because the open fencing was so they could, the whole thing was fenced off except for a couple areas where if they needed to do maintenance on the pillars holding the bridge up, they could. Well, this kid looked at that as an opportunity to go diving into this river. Well, he didn't jump out far enough, surprise, surprise, and smacked his head on the concrete from I don't even fucking know how high up. And the video ended shortly after he hit the water. There was actually someone had posted in the comment section a live leak video of after because, you know, when you want to see
Oh,
the most
God.
fucked up shit, LiveLeak's got the way to go. It showed a video of him in the hospital, and the doctors were holding his head together, and the doctor let
Christ
one of
alive.
somehow the kid lived, which I don't know how. There's no way he's fully functional after what happened.
Yeah.
But he was split from the bridge of his nose all the way to the back of his skull. Like a coconut.
Well, like over the top.
Yeah, just straight split
Dude.
like a coconut over his gourd. It's like...
I just wish somebody would have the decency to let me just go at that point.
Yeah. Because you know there's no coming back from that.
No, there's even if somehow some random miracle allowed you to maintain all of your physical and mental faculties, the amount of recovery time, the
Yeah.
amount of time that you lose, the amount of things that you'll have to relearn how to do, forget all that. And because you wanted to be a rebel and do something stupid,
Yeah, exactly.
like, you
I'm
know
not
what?
saying-
Lonely Island.
Yeah.
Lonely Island do a swell job. You heard their song YOLO?
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's a little bit. It's too far in the extreme in the opposite direction. It does make good points.
Yeah. It's satirical, but it has some truth to it.
Yeah, it's like you only live. Like that's the line. You only live once. Don't let it go to waste.
Yeah.
So it's like, don't be a fucking tard.
I'm not
Do
saying
things
don't have.
smart.
I'm not saying don't have fun with your life. Just don't
Yeah,
be a
but don't
fucking
throw it.
idiot.
You know what? If you're gonna throw it away, make sure you don't inconvenience anybody on your way out. I would never condone such a thing, but if you've already made up your mind, seek help. If you can't get help, like, I saw an article about how somebody threw themselves off of an overpass in front of a semi-truck. A couple of guys that were in a neighboring high school to me, and one of my closest friends growing up, and we just drifted apart when I was in middle school because I was moving all over the eastern U.S.
Yeah.
Through middle school,
The wedding
and
day
then came back for high
arrived,
school.
but alas, without the bride.
He went wrong side of.
Of course.
It's an expression, but it fits really well here. He went wrong side of the tracks,
You've gone to such
and both
lengths
him
to
and
prepare.
these two other schmucks
Merely my duty.
decided to end it by stepping in front of a train.
Outsider to lead the Imperial Army must be a battle in and of itself. You've
I'd like to
spoken
point out a
Lady
couple
Luna
things with
Freya.
that, and it's not something I typically would want to talk about, but it is just bringing up a point, considering we were already on this train of thought.
No.
That
I get it,
Think of
train
what
of thought.
You did to that.
stand in your way.
Christ alive, fuck
While
you.
you rush
But,
off to slay Hydrian for your poor sister's sake.
Think of what you did to that driver.
Yeah.
I know the price of the Covenant.
Think of what you did to the medics and the fire department people that will inevitably be out there, the police, the parents. Because, I mean, you hear about stuff like that, and it's like,
Not many
you'll hear the officer
opportunities
describe it
living in
as
Insomnia.
hard to do anything about a 2-mile-long crime scene.
It's amazing.
And it's like, that's not callous, that's actually how,
go until we reach Altisha, so
that's the level of rough that it
heart's
is.
content.
And
When we step off the boat, we'll be in a foreign country.
there's so
The
much,
anticipation alone
it's never a
is
good
foreign
thing.
sensation.
It's never something that should be condoned, it's never something that somebody should do. But if you're going to do something like that, do everything you can to make sure that you're not making
So
things
next on
difficult
the
for other
docket is
people.
Leviathan.
What sort of deity are we dealing with?
A serpent said to embody
Because,
the
I
roar
mean-
and rage of the sea.
We'll have to see for ourselves. Can't let Lady Luna Freya.
I know
do
that's
all
not
the
even a
heavy
reasonable
lifting.
argument to make because at that point you're obviously not thinking very clearly.
Right.
But
On a list of things that are thinking not clearly, the Russian extremists, not like terrorist extremists, but like, I say Russia because that's where I mostly see the videos come from, where you'll see them take like a GoPro on a selfie stick or something, and climb up to the top of
doing
the
like
tallest radio
handstands
tower
on a
on,
fucking
yeah,
girder. Yeah.
yeah, like thousands of feet in the air.
Yeah.
It's just
you know
like-
what?
But why?
If you get the rush off of that, then so be it.
Lady Luna Freya's gonna get
If you-
You're
if
going
you-
up there without any safety equipment, typically without the buddy system in place.
Yeah.
If you're that good and you can handle it, then so be it.
Yeah, as I say, if you've got the confidence,
somehow or another.
if you've got the confidence of your ability, I mean, mistakes happen, so be it. But goddamn.
Yeah. I mean, I don't do heights. That also brings me to another fun conversation.
Relax. I got one.
God, this place looks so good.
Right?
It's as old as they get. Seems in order. You may pass.
Like, at a point down the road, I would love to live in a virtual world that looks like this.
Prepared in advance. Could say that.
You wouldn't see my happy rear again in the real world. Rural.
Lucky us, huh?
That could have ended badly.
But we already said that I'm not huge on swimming in the ocean anymore, and I hate heights.
Yeah.
So, back in 2015, when we went on that cruise, and I paid to go cliff diving in Jamaica.
Ugh. Why? Why would you do something to yourself?
I couldn't tell you for the life of me. But I liked it enough in the moment that I did it 3 times.
Ugh.
When I barely expected to make it once.
I will say certain things when it comes to fear is once you break the fear, it's not as bad.
Oh no, the second I got back up the 3rd time and we got told it's time to pack it up and hop back on the 4-wheelers and head in.
What's next? Immigration?
I looked at that, I was like, what in the name of God did I just do? Everything about that was a bad idea. And I sort of got solidified because I was out there with
Sir, what is the purpose
Andrew,
of your
Jacqueline, 2 friends from Tennessee.
Purpose,
And everybody went but Andrew. Andrew's not big on heights anyway.
Mm-hmm.
But he also had
Ignis, a little help?
a real doozy of a sunburn across his neck and back.
Of the culinary arts, and we've come to
And I wouldn't want to jump from 20, 25 feet up into water
Is that so? I wish you an
with
enlightening
that.
stay.
That would be painful as all get out.
Me.
So I can't fault him, especially not salt water, the way he was feeling on occasion.
Yeah.
But the 4 of us jumped. One of them, a friend of mine, he's 6'4", 6'5",
We'll even make it in time for tea.
skinny as a rail. He's in shape and all. He's a diesel mechanic. He has to have some muscle about him. But he's just a very slim person. Him running, I never see him run because it looks so awkward. Love him to death, but this is a stated fact. I was at a friend's pool with him the first time he tried to dive. He got the motion all the way till he was about horizontal, and then immediately spread eagle and flame. And would just eat the water each time. He didn't have a lot of confidence, so he started trying to rethink what he was doing when he was jumping off of that rock. He cleared the rock by maybe 8 inches.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh my god, even the guide turned his head. And I was like, if you're going to do that again, throw yourself. You're not going to hit the other side. We have about 75 feet of clearance before you do. And like, that's the kind of thing you see it in a video when they just barely miss it and you immediately tense up into the fetal position because you think somebody's going to die.
You clench your cheeks, you squeeze your nuts, and hope for the best, and just don't even look. Man.
That was terrifying. And like, after I saw him do that, because that was immediately after my first jump, I made sure to like Olympic long jump my way off the jetty, specifically so that I didn't even risk that.
Fucking A.
You know what? One thing that really like makes it hard for me to want to go back through 15 again is
what?
I'll never experience anything in the game for the first time again.
That's true, but I mean,
The
it is a remarkable story to go through.
Oh yeah, it is, but I think probably the biggest thing for me in the game was the fact that it was like
This country will bet.
just the big wow factor, and it had it. It still has it, but like seeing the graphics for the first time on my TV, being able to tilt my camera around and see the scale of everything, the massive draw distance, how nice everything looked, how smooth it all went.
Making a dress?
That boat ride into Alticia that you just did.
Yeah.
When I saw that for the first time, I was just like blown away. The cutscenes, which the final
there's
fight.
some dope ass cutscenes coming up in this back half of the game here.
Oh yeah, this is where it's at.
Oh yeah, not Hillary Clinton's here. I forgot.
Oh god, which one is this?
Fucking. I remember the first time I actually made that joke.
Gentlemen, I won't
Oh,
waste your time.
oh yeah, no kidding. Okay,
Camilla,
that's fair.
yeah.
Claustro.
She
Yeah.
looks almost identical to her.
You should know. We have Lady.
Oh, I forgot. You have to
Oh,
like
man.
word things properly to get her assistance. I forgot.
Yet I am. if
Yeah,
you
who was that?
remind
Dana
the
Carvey that did that impression
highest
of
date.
Bill Clinton laughing about the pantsuits thing. It's like, all it is pantsuits. I got red pantsuits, I got brown pantsuits, I got green pantsuits. Can a brother get a thong one time?
At any rate, you must be.
Yeah, I think we'll do just that.
Can I get about it one more time?
I just saw them pop out of existence, that was cool.
So, care to take a cruise?
Where do I need to go? Let's see. So if it's here, okay. The level station, yeah.
I really do hope we get a fully explorable Insomnia.
Agreed.
Like, I would love for it to actually be populated with people, because it in its current, it in the state that we're able to play it in the game, with avoiding spoilers, it's just dark.
Yeah.
And even if there aren't monsters, there aren't people. So I would love for it to be like prior to the game, like just something that takes place prior to the game altogether. Like everybody just hanging out before Regis sends them away. So that the streets are populated with people, there's stuff to explore, stuff to see.
Well, you know, I think it's funny, but in Kingdom Hearts 3, where Thebes takes place, is almost identical to the where the castle is. I was trying to think of how to not to spoil it. But
Oh, okay, I getcha.
was it in the Platinum demo when you were like Child Noctis?
Yeah.
And
At
you
the
had to
very end where you fight.
and you fight the ogre, yeah.
I still think it's funny, like, what was it, Meteor Rain? That one spell that you could get as Kid Noctis in the Platinum demo? Made no appearance whatsoever in the full game.
Yeah.
But I think it's like a thing that's going to be in Kingdom Hearts 3. And it's similar
Yeah.
to some elements of 2,
It's
in Birth
all-
by Sleep.
Yeah. So, the instance in the Platinum demo where you're fighting the ogres, if you watch the latest Kingdom Hearts 3 trailer, you can actually see someone did a side-by-side comparison of almost identical, like, Noctis fighting the ogre, or the Iron Giant, with Sora fighting whatever Heartless is there. And, like, the background is almost the same. Like, they made some very minor changes, which I think is cool.
Fantastic. Call
Kid Noctis with the rubber hammer, a lot of the moveset, and even some of the rubber sword, does look like gameplay with Sora.
It makes me think if they were running a tech demo basically for Kingdom Hearts 3. Because yeah, it is very
tech
similar.
Demos, you remember Quantic Dream's tech demo that everybody seems to think is the inspiration, or sorry, the earliest trailer for Detroit Becoming Human? The one with the girl android, and she starts acting sentient. Because she is, and they're like, it's a malfunction, start taking her apart, and they stop when she says that she doesn't want to die. And they're like, okay, and they put her back together. That apparently doesn't actually play into the game.
Let's go see the dress.
Really now?
That was literally entirely a tech demo.
It's not far. We can walk.
Well,
and
go talk to Camellia.
With that being a tech demo, people pointed out it's like, so their tech demo from 2012 was followed by Beyond Two Souls, and then their next game after that was Detroit. So they're thinking the tech demo that was showed, I think, at 2015. I don't remember much about it, but they're thinking that might be the next game after Detroit.
I see it.
Plus, it sounds like we're probably going to get some sort of news about CD Projekt Red, creator of the Witcher games, their new Cyberpunk 2077 game.
Okay.
Which I'm really excited for. It sounds like we might be getting some new details about it pretty soon. And they said one thing, there was some talk, and it sounds like, if they're true what they said, the game is going to be 5 times the size of The Witcher 3 with the DLCs.
It's almost too much.
Well, it's actually going to be like, from what they were saying, it's not like walking and horse-mounted moving around. Apparently, you're going to have access to things that would be likely in 2077. So maybe flying cars? Huh?
I mean, I'm not opposed to it.
I'm not either. I don't think I've... Can you think of a game that had flying cars?
Jack 2,
like
3.
legit flying cars? Okay. Any free roam games? Or were they?
They were, yeah. They were kind of like minuscule GTAs.
Alright. I assume similar to Ratchet and Clank.
Yeah, that's a good example.
You know what? You know what would really make me happy?
What would that be?
HD remaster of Ratchet Deadlocked with online 2-player.
Yeah.
Considering I've been on a roll for calling shit, namely LA Noire remaster and one of the first titles. Yeah, we were talking for E3. You were there for that, where it was like, guess the release date of the Xbox One X. I got it. I was like, and then they said something about the backwards compatibility extending to original Xbox games, and I was like, I don't care if they don't do Crimson Skies High Road to Revenge. Starting with Crimson Skies High Road to Revenge, and I just start flailing my arms like a madman.
I remember that.
I was so happy about that, because it's like...
You had a couple other moments on that E3, too, that were just on point.
I need to start making bets with E3 callouts. I'll say this. If Xbox has anything to their name right now, it's the fact that I can go back and play other games without having to have multiple different consoles. Because with the events that went on, my good Xbox 360 got stolen and I got left with the one that doesn't work. So, the only drag being my save file isn't on the cloud. More on that in a minute because there's some funny news that I saw. But
do so depends on you.
Because the fact that I don't have like locked save files in the ether, I would have to restart basically all my progress on my games, except fully online games, but that's its own thing. Nintendo's in a bit of trouble right now.
Covenant so I can receive Leviathan's blessing.
And not about the YouTube streaming ban.
And yet, king or not, it can't be a simple affair for you to receive a...
Had you heard about the people sending theirs in for repairs and losing all their data?
Yeah, I remember that.
Somebody apparently just lost north of 200 hours on a Zelda playthrough on the Switch because there is no way to back it up to the cloud, and when you send it into repairs, Nintendo doesn't back it up themselves.
Really? A mild way to put it. It will most likely come to war.
And it wasn't just Zelda, they lost everything.
I don't care to host a battle on my soil. The gods and the Empire be damned.
And it's like, you're telling me there's not a removable memory card of any sort. There's no way to save it to the cloud. Everything's only on board. Like, I'm sorry, in 2017, are you still selling a Game Boy cartridge?
I don't suppose you'd cry over the Empire's losses?
An intriguing suggestion.
Which, let me tell you, Nintendo has been doing that for a long time because nothing pisses me off more than having like 160 hours on my Pokemon Ruby save, only for the in-game battery to die.
I'm not so naive as that. There are things that you must do.
So it wiped my file.
Without further ado,
I remember my first copy of Pokemon Red, the internal battery died as I was fighting the Elite Four.
And aid in their evacuation.
Like, no other cartridge-based gaming thing had batteries for the saves, did it?
Appreciated, but I am prepared to accept some structural damage. Keeping the citizens safe is my chief concern, and therefore yours. And that is not all. Once the rite has begun, I will not be accountable for what follows. You are on your own.
Well, that puts us in a bind.
Likewise. Let me rephrase. When the rite concludes, you are responsible for the Oracle's welfare. That is all for the terms. To review, you are to ensure our citizens' safety and engage the Empire. Do we have an agreement?
All right. Let's fight together as allies.
Allies? Such a vote of confidence. Well, you can trust us to do our part and keep the Oracle safe. A final warning, though I doubt it'll come to it. My duty is to my citizens. Should any harm befall them, there will be a reckoning for both King and Oracle.
There'll be a reckoning for you, too.
A leader must know when to bring out the steel. Surely you understand this.
There won't be any casualties.
Again, you intrigue me. You and your father are cut from different cloths. I wonder what manner of king you'll make.
Madam, it's time.
Let's see if I was good enough.
Own for the evacuation effort. Whom you choose is up to you.
You picked the same answers that I did on my playthrough, so I assume it's okay.
Warships strong. Steel yourselves for a full-scale battle. I have confidence you will do well by us.
All right.
And you can expect the same in return.
Yeah, these cutscenes are going to be something.
Yeah. Last time I did not make a impression on her. Noctis was kind of a dick to her.
Okay.
I wonder if it actually does have any effect on how things play out.
I can't promise something I can't help.
Of course. You certainly lived up to them, though.
What can I say?
The closing half of this game is literally all sadness.
And tragic.
Mm-hmm. No spoilers
They've
though.
lost Regis.
Oh, I'm not. I'm
They've
not.
lost the crystal.
Sadness it is. Sadness it will be.
Was it so long ago the last oracle was taken from them? We've seen the Empire go mad these 10-odd years.
You ordering a pizza?
We must see to it.
I mean, that's pretty much what Alticia is.
Gonna be tough to pull off before the king
Yeah,
receives her
yeah,
power.
it has a lot of elements
And
of
there's 3 of us on
Italy and,
evacuation
say,
Indeed.
Venice, especially with the floating city and the gondolas and
And
whatnot.
Roma.
Hadrian help herself.
It's very heavily inspired, for sure.
Just like Titan,
Yeah.
the Empire
God damn,
will
it's
seek
such
to
a
I
beautiful
neutralize
backdrop.
Leviathan.
All of it is
with
so
the
nice.
harpoon things?
I wonder what Insomnia is supposed to be based on, if any.
Sounds good in theory, but don't. It's pointless unless
From
you
my
get
understanding,
that
it's kind of a
Stay flexible.
a
Stay
mish,
alert.
a mixed match between kind of a English and Scottish tone, as far as royalty goes.
Yeah, I mean more as far as the architecture goes. I would love to see a city that has some architecture like Insomnia.
Yeah. I mean, keep in mind that it's hard to pinpoint because there's a lot of futuresque tones to it.
If worse comes
So-
to worse,
Oh,
you
yeah.
can threaten to throw the trident into the sea. Then they'll listen. In the meantime, it will be well guarded. Better than the Oracle herself.
Understood. I shall reclaim it at the altar.
Remember, you'll be under Imperial watch.
Right.
Think of it as a necessary evil in order to forge the Covenant.
I am in your debt.
Once it's over, you
So
will go
saying
with
what's
peace.
getting summoned isn't really a spoiler because they've already mentioned it, correct?
Yeah, no, they've already been talking about Leviathan.
Okay.
You'd better
So, how the fuck does everything not get destroyed by Leviathan?
Your
Not going into details on what it looks like, but how?
I mean, for the most part, and we'll see it here in a few minutes. Well, actually, it takes a little bit longer than I expected, but we'll see that there is a lot of floating building destruction, and like not Hillary Clinton said, she did expect structural casualty. So,
Yeah, but I mean everything.
I'm just gonna go out on a limb and say it's because Leviathan is very good about controlling its water.
You're not downloading anything, are you?
No,
Okay.
not that I know of. I love these freaking concept art background loading screens.
Yep.
Yeah, I wish we got more of those when you're not in Alticia.
Yeah.
This cutscene.
Yeah, this is a pretty damn good one.
Talk about a crowd. Like the whole city's come to watch.
It's very
Actually, I
fitting that
forgot
I'm,
this is actually technically gameplay.
yeah. It's kind of funny that I'm dressed as Altair going through this cutscene. And the crowd.
Dear friends, I stand before you today with little hope the words I speak shall reach beyond these walls, for slowly But
It would
surely,
be weird to exist in
the
a
light
time or a place
fades
or
from our
an
world,
ideology
and as it does, the
where
shadows shall
stuff
loom
like this
ever
is even
longer
possible.
until all succumbs to the darkness.
Terrifying,
Darkness that
definitely,
evokes terror,
but also very
hatred,
interesting and
and
odd.
sorrow in the hearts of men. The ashes of Lucis. A dream of peace, twisted into a nightmare of death and destruction, claiming innumerable lives and leaving myriad souls to suffer.
Luna.
Yet I beg you, do not surrender to despair. Have faith, for our gods watch over us. By their blessings, by the stars that light the heavens above, our world will be delivered from the perils of the dark. I stand before you here in Altisha to call upon Leviathan, goddess of the seas, spirit of the deep. By the sacred rite, I will commune with the Hydrian. But first, I offer you my solemn vow. On my honor as Oracle, I will not rest until the darkness is banished from our world and the light is restored.
You know, up until, you know, the next probably half hour or so, there was no real shockingness to the game. It's very cutthroat, like very cut and dry, very linear.
Yeah.
And then just all of a sudden, there's a hard left turn. Like, the game was very simple up until this point. Well, simple, but yeah, you know what I mean.
The Empire's here.
I can see him.
Dropships are closing in on the board. Look for a vantage point to approach them.
This whole bit is just fucking phenomenal.
Oh yeah.
It does last a little bit longer than, you know, I'd like for it to get to the point of Leviathan. You know, I don't think it needed to take as long as it did from this point forward. But so be it.
Yeah, the hits come fast starting with this chapter.
Yeah. But I mean, like, from where we are right now to how long it takes for us to actually see Leviathan, there's some time in between, which sucks. But it's okay. It's not as long as Chapter 13.
Even then, wasn't Chapter 13 cut? Was it cut down a little bit? Or did they just add more stuff to keep it interesting?
Well, I know 13.2 completely is, well, everybody's separated. You're dealing with Gladio and Ignis together.
Yeah.
And that was in preparation for Gladio's DLC. Oh, I forgot about forgot about Leviathan's weird tongue that it speaks in.
Goddess of the seas, I beseech you, enter into this covenant that the king might reclaim the stone.
Shit's about to get real. I will say, when you summon Leviathan, her cutscene is amazing.
Yeah, what are they called in this game? Astrals. I was thinking Aeons, but that's older games. The Astrals in this game look incredible.
The Hydrian has awoken.
Civilians?
Almost there. We'll join you when we're done. The Empire has the Hydrian surrounded. Hurry, Noct.
I'm on it.
Then the right's already begun.
Most likely.
Time to lend the Hydrian a hand.
Sprinting.
Let's do this.
You know, I'm not gonna use the ring because using my blades makes this much easier.
Yeah.
And it looks just so much better. Like an action movie.
I don't know what the deal is. Your mic's coming out really bad for me, but I checked it on stream and it sounds fine.
Huh. Weird. Leviathan's a bitch.
I know what you must know. That the King of Kings is to drive the darkness from our star.
I mean, yeah, but definitely doesn't look the part. I love those freaking pirate sail wings.
Yeah. Like, there's... Not everything in this game is designed very well, I don't think. But the amount of effort that went into the gods is pinpoint.
Heck, even Titan. He's got the freaking meteor in his back.
Oh.
I vow, the king will prove himself worthy.
Headed your way.
But what about you guys?
We'll wait below. There's only room for two.
See, judging by how great, oh, damn it. I tried to jump. God damn it. Jump and interaction should not be the same fucking button. But here we go. Here we go. Yeah, they definitely shorten the amount of time it takes to get to this part. Because last time I remember, I'm pretty sure it was about a half-hour endeavor to get to this point. What's up, you stupid lizard? God, the sense of scale.
Yeah, the design for this whole encounter is just top notch.
I'll give her respect.
I need your power.
Oh boy. Here we go. The Trial of Leviathan.
So the only way you'll help me is if I take you down?
Like, I want to talk and provide proper commentary, but I don't want to talk over how awesome this is.
Yeah, agreed. Speaking of, fuck this piece of shit, by the way. I don't know if I said that about 100 times, but fuck that piece of shit.
On second thought, you let him have it. And do remind him about the crystal. Oh, Prince, your bride awaits.
Call it a touch of detail, but there was no blood on his knife.
I will pass the ring to the rightful king.
And just Arden can go fuck himself.
When the prophecy is
No, no.
all
I wouldn't let him do it to himself.
peace.
Oh, don't worry, I have full intention of doing it to him. I'll be giving him the what and what.
How sweet. But please, Lady Lunafreya.
Yeah, he deserves to be absolutely freaking eviscerated.
Mm-hmm. I remember
you know that
before.
frustration's gonna get rekindled when you get to that scene.
Yeah, that scene. Ugh, I'm not excited for that scene. That scene was hard to watch.
There was genuine nausea that went on, and I never thought I'd get that from a Final Fantasy game.
Yeah. I remember before the game came out, and they were showing like behind the scenes stuff, and they were talking to Arden's voice actor, and he was talking about playing, playing a villain, and I'm just like, when I finally got to the game, I'm like, Arden doesn't really seem like a villain to me. And then this chapter happened, it was like, motherfucker. They played me the whole
now
time.
We have to murder.
Murder.
Murder. We gotta stop doing that.
But it works so well.
I mean, it does, but people are going to think that we're two halves of a whole idiot. Regardless of how accurate that may be.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about the Armored God mode against Leviathan.
Yeah, don't forget about the Armored God mode against the Leviathan.
Noctis is pissed. What's the matter, fish?
I would love to shake the hand of the person who came up with this scene.
For real. I'd love to see the ones that designed it. I'd love to see the ones that freaking choreographed it.
Yeah. When I was referencing why everything doesn't get insta-destroyed, 1,000-foot tall wall of water, for starters.
She's kind of... I mean, if you look at it, she's kind of bordered around the city. And she said if the king doesn't prove herself, then she'll start destroying everything. So, again, she's kind of planned this out already.
Yeah, but I would put it under water, or water is matter, matter cannot be created or destroyed. That water's gotta go somewhere. You can't tell me that every bit of that 1,000-foot tall circle is just gonna dissipate instantly. If the classroom, so whatever, but...
Get out of here, lizard. Let's take a look at this real quick. Just Well, and actually, if you look, you can see the ocean floor sometimes.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Gyarados is using Hurricane.
Tell it to not to.
Bad Gyarados god.
Gyarados.
Bad Gyarados. Not Gyarados. Oh, got your horn.
What was it? Danger Hose?
Danger Noodle.
Danger Noodle, there we go.
Ah, right. Button mashing.
There is more button mashing. Because in a game that has man versus god combat,
QTEs are where it's at.
quick QTEs. Honestly,
that's how we can make things look good.
I mean, I think that situationally that might be the only way to do it. Like
Yeah.
when you parry a sword, or sorry, when you parry a god fist with your sword.
Yeah. I do want to see that cutscene without the HUD or anything. Just I want to see it play out without any of my interaction.
Right.
And just as a cinematic whole.
It's done.
Blessed stars of life and light.
Oh, that's right, Titan. Titan comes to save the day. Speaking of how things don't get destroyed.
Oh boy.
If it wasn't the water that was gonna do it, it sure as fuck is Titan's goddamn Earth Slam. Earth Smash.
Noctis.
Let me Earth.
Luna? So, you found your way here. And you found me. A chance to see you once more. Who would have thought? Well, what do you mean? Why wouldn't you see me? Because my prayers have been answered. My calling fulfilled. But that doesn't have to come between us. You are the one, Noctis. The stars shine for you now. That which is yours by right shall be restored to you.
If you don't mind my asking, I'm just curious. Where's the progression goal for today?
Don't know.
It seems so long ago.
Okay.
You'll find they await you still. Looming
Till I
over
feel
you.
like we're not having fun.
Will you be there?
would that I could join you. But this moment will have to be enough.
It's not right.
God damn, these freaking cutscenes are so beautiful.
What's to save you?
Yes.
I can't wait until the day where games themselves look this good.
When the world falls down around you and hope is
Wait,
I have
till what?
till games actually play and look this good, not just
when you find
cutscenes.
yourself alone amid a lightless place.
We're getting to
I
a point
agree.
to where it's close, but there's still quite a few issues until we get to that point. But you know,
Yeah, well, the thing is, I feel like the ship now patch later mantra, in addition to the rampant microtransactions and profiteering off a game that has already seen a full retail release, and then treating it like a free-to-play, with all of the pay-to-win options. I think that that's very haphazard. It's not very conducive to the atmosphere of the game.
I mean,
Not good to the community at
even
large.
this game suffered from release now a patch later, like hardcore suffered.
Yeah. One woman wrote an article, and all people did was like, haha, poor. But it was a major writer at, I can't remember what it's mostly PlayStation Stuff's magazine slash news site. But,
Back with us.
was... I don't even remember what the deal was.
I'll tell the others. Though it may take
But it was like intentionally,
You're hurt.
I don't know, my train of thought derailed.
Sacrifice in the greater battle.
My train of thought's been derailing. I think earlier is finally catching up with me.
She has passed.
You know, funny thing is, as I mentioned, you know, games looking as good as their cutscenes. For the longest time, Square has been very consistent about their cutscene quality. Like, it may not look as good, like Final Fantasy 7, 8, 9. Their cutscenes may not look as good as 15, but to get what they did out of a
For their
PS1,
time.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I guarantee you, if you saw those cutscenes now, they would look as good as this.
I mean, Final Fantasy X came out in 2001. The cutscenes in it blew almost everything else out of the water.
Oh, yeah.
And this was during a time when, like... I'm trying to think, what were a few good examples of, like, year 1, year 2 PS2 games?
Oh my god, that was such a library.
Well, either way, there were not many that could hold a candle both in the way that the game actually looked, but especially not the cutscenes.
Oh yeah, no. No, 10 was something special, for sure.
Ha ha ha! Ha!
I never said all of it was special.
I know, some kind of special.
It was something. I wonder how much XP I would have if the game didn't quit burning all my XP.
Yes.
Chapter 10. actually, you know what? Because the next chapters are very long and very heavy, I think actually I'll call it for right now. And I think we've probably got about 2 more episodes worth of this game left to go, I'd roughly say.
Yeah. This is the one that progresses with the train and stuff, yeah?
Yeah. I think that's 11. I think 11 is the train.
Okay. Either way, yeah, these are dense, but they are pretty heavy on cutscenes.
Yeah, and they're gonna eat up a lot
So
of time.
I don't think it'd be too bad a thing to break it up into multiple parts.
Yeah. Yeah, I think next time I'll play up to 13, and then I'll finish it out, starting from 13 forward. Yeah, I'll end with 12 next episode, and then 13 to the end of the game.
Okay, that sounds like a good plan.
Yeah. Okay, but alright, well, for everybody watching or watching in the future, thank you for tuning in. If you like what Team Shawn's doing, don't forget to hit subscribe. Click that bell to get notified when we go live. Again, we are going to be coming out with more and more content again. Leave a thumbs up if you like what we're doing. If you like what we see, leave a thumbs down if you don't. Leave a comment in the comments section. Let us know what you think or what you want to see, what else you want to see us play. But until then, thank you all for joining in, and have a great time, and we'll see you all in the next one.